So Man United fail in the Champions League once again. What's going on? Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to onnthe. I hope you're well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. So Manchester United, a really disappointing result for them last night in Galatasaray in Turkey, where they lost a handsome lead and end up drawing 3-3, and that leaves them bottom of the group with not a lot to show for it. Basically, Bayern Munich are running away with the table. As it stands now, it requires Manchester United in the final game to beat Bayern Munich. Yeah, let's see if that happens. And they've got to hope that Copenhagen and Galatasaray draw. Now, if that doesn't happen, then they're out of the Champions League. And also, they're out of the Europa League as well. So what's gone on? In the last 3 or 4 weeks, Manchester United have been finding some form in the league. And last week's win over Everton, everybody was really buoyant, especially after that Garnacho wonder goal. Then they go to Europe and Galatasaray, which is a really hostile, intimidating place to play, no doubt. And they were playing reasonably well. But they kind of threw the game away. They're disappointed. I'm sure the fans are disappointed. But what does this mean for Manchester United? What's going on? Lots of fans are blaming the keeper. Lots of fans are blaming the defence. Lots of fans are just blaming all of the players in not being able to hold on to a lead. But they find themselves in a tricky situation now, and the likelihood is that they're not going to continue in the Champions League, and at best they'll fall into the Europa League. And this is the last season, I believe, where this is going to happen. If this happened next season, they would be out of the Champions League, in fact, out of Europe, full stop. So what's going on? The problem with Manchester United, as with a lot of teams, of course, but you expect a lot more from Manchester United because, hey, they are Manchester United, right? Is that they lack consistency. Their players lack consistency. Their team lacks consistency. The management of the team and the tactics lack consistency. They are a basket case of a club right now, and they have been for a few years. And you'll be fooled into thinking, yeah, they're just starting to claw their way back. They're finding their feet. They're winning ugly. Their win's a win. That's all that matters. And the players are starting to bed in. Then all of a sudden they have a howler. Now, this can happen to any team, of course. But Manchester United seem to be tripping up with consistency. Their inconsistency in good performances. They're inconsistent with good results, but they're very consistent in underachieving when really they should be doing a lot better. What does this mean for Ten Hag? I made a video a few weeks ago saying, well, should he be sacked? Is he the right manager for the job? Should they have got rid of De Gea and got Onana in? A manager survives on the successes of the transfers. The transfers that come in and the players that go out as well. But especially those that come in. If you sign a whole roster of players that are basically duds and just don't perform, then your head's going to be on the chopping block. Now, there are other teams who are suffering the same illness right now. But Manchester United seem to be shooting themselves in the foot when they're in good positions. Now, I'm not a Manchester United fan, so I'm looking at this from the outside. And I can see there's just inconsistency, and the frustration of that inconsistency has got to be hurting not only the fan base, but also the players and the management as well. You expect a lot more from the senior players. You expect a lot more from your captain. Problem is, does he have the right qualities to be a leader and to be a captain? Is there another captain in the ranks? Should they bring back De Gea? Should Onana be given a rest? What about the defence? What about midfield? What about the strikers? They're always little glimmers of hope from 1 week to the next. Yes, the Garnacho goal. Rashford scoring a penalty. Garnacho scores again. There are little glimmers. Yes, everything's going well. Everything's on the road to recovery. But then they trip over themselves once again. And we can't put this down to bad luck or fluke performances from your opponents. Actually, this is down to Manchester United themselves. They are responsible for their own inconsistency. They are responsible for their poor performances. And a club like Manchester United, the stature of Manchester United, should be doing a lot better than they actually are. Not necessarily in the league, but you would think so. You would think that it should be at least top 4, which in the grand scheme of things is still a failure, really. At minimum, they should be top 2. After the Fergie glory years, you're kind of thinking, well, hey, one of these days they're ever going to come back. But in Europe, they should be doing a lot better. They should be performing a lot better, especially against teams in weaker leagues, Copenhagen and Galatasaray. Now, they'll be forgiven for struggling against Bayern Munich, who are doing fantastic this season. And, of course, Harry Kane has gone there and just putting away goals for fun. But the other two teams they should be doing a lot better against. So where does this leave Manchester United? Their players, but also their manager. Is the writing on the wall for Ten Hag? Is this the final straw from the owners to think you're just not doing it? You're just not cutting the mustard. We need a manager who can take this team and this club in a brand new direction. Are we waiting for the new ownership to come along, or the partial new ownership to come along, and all of a sudden we might see Ten Hag out the door? These performances just won't be good enough. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. But are Manchester United tripping over themselves on a regular basis? Are they consistently inconsistent? And what can be done to change it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share the video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And I'll catch you again. Bye now.